Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the amazing, wonderful, almost enjoyable Nick and Knarf. He is Nick. I am Knarf. You are you. And Paul was the walrus. So we are ready to play for you one of my, and I know Nick's, but mine especially, absolutely all-time favorite bands, The Doors.
Absolutely. Who can't go? We were talking about this earlier. Frank said, top 10 all-time debut album. I mean, you think of some of the great groups, Boston, their debut album was phenomenal. So many bands, but The Doors, the impact they made on music.
This album, Light My Fire, was the #1 song of 19... The album was recorded in 67. They formed in 65, and in 66 they started recording, and The Doors was released in early 67. And it was followed later in 67 by the release of Strange Days. 2 albums in 1 year. It was pretty amazing. But The Doors' initial album has gone on to go quadruple platinum. Amazing. And it was #2 that year behind which album?
Sgt. Pepper.
Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. What a amazing 1-2 listing of album.
Not a bad thing to say. Gee, our album was only #2 behind Sgt. Pepper. You know,
what a great album. The Jim Morrison and all the cast, Ray Manzarek, John Densmore on drums, and Robby Krieger, who actually wrote "Light My Fire," by the way, not Jim Morrison, although they both wrote songs together. But we're going to be listening to the opening song from the album, which is Nick's selection.
Yep.
That one is called "Break On Through."
And again, this is where I want to give Densmore, the drummer, a shout out. He's so underrated. You know, there's a few drummers I've said in the past. The drummer from Chicago, I'm sorry, you don't remember his name, but a few other great bands.
Seraphine.
Thank you, Seraphine. That, you know, bands that we love their music, but we always kind of forget the name of 1 or 2 players. In this particular group, I think Densmore doesn't get enough credit.
He is a real solid, he's kind of like the glue that keeps the whole thing together with his steady, solid drum work, no doubt about it. But this is the opening song. It was one of their singles on AM radio when the album first came out. And obviously, Light My Fire, a 7 or 8 minute song, had to be cut down to a short version on AM. But this was the first song that they played, and it's Break On Through. So let's get into it. From The Doors, a debut album, Break On Through.
You know the day destroys the night, night divides the day. Try to run, try to hide, break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side, yeah. We chased our pleasures here, dug our treasures there. But can you still recall the time we cried? Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side.
Love the organ work here by Ray.
Drums are so nice too.
I found an island in your arms, country in your eyes. Arms are chainless, eyes are lined. Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Break on through, oh! Oh yeah!
Love the way it closes out, baby. Ragged there, Robby Krieger.
Made to see, week to week, day to day, hour to hour, day straight, deep and wide. Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Break on through, break on through, break on through, break on through. Hey, 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 hey.
Yeah.
baby.
Break on through to that other side.
That's the start of your concert, man. Break on through. Come on down.
Oh, and every song off this has gone on to be iconic. Just a great, great album. And if you notice, on my CD, I have the CD that has the original recording. When you listen to it on the radio, they cut out the word high.
She get.
But on the CD that's been re-released, it has the original lyrics uncut the way it was originally intended. So you heard the she gets high now. But it was a great, great song. Anyway, what did you think of Break On Through? I mean, I know you love all the Doors probably if you're here listening to the Doors, but if you're a newbie, what did you think of the Doors' Break On Through? And if you haven't yet, subscribe, like, and share if you like what you're hearing and what you're going to hear next, because I got a great tune for you off their second album coming up. Strange Days is the album, and the song I'm bringing up is Your Lost Little Girl. But we need to pause the record to change the CD, so we'll have a short little intermission. Be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you got a chance to get yourself a cool refreshment or a chance to go wee-wee or whatever you do. Anyway, we're back with the second part of our video with the Doors, the great, great Doors, with their second album, which was released in the exact same year as their debut album. In September, late September, Strange Days.
One thing to have an album number 2 and then number 3. So in 1 year, you got the second and third best albums of the year behind Sgt. Pepper.
Behind Sgt. Pepper. And this album went platinum as well. And it was, I mean, I remember how powerful this album was. Had such great, unusual songs. I mean, the dark experience of the early Doors, the first Doors album.
Guess what I'm doing? I'm feeding Jim Morrison's ego right now.
He didn't need much feeding. He did plenty on his own.
Oh, man.
But I tell you, I'll tell you this. These two albums probably would have made an awesome double album, too. I say that a lot. I see albums that followed each other on a lot of groups. I think, man, what an awesome double album. But you wanted to make money on both, so why make a double album? Yeah. But this has such great songs. People Are Strange, Strange Days, Love Me 2 Times, Moonlight Drive. And then ending with that awesome epic song When the Music's Over, which is one of my favorites. I know it by heart. I can memorize the song lyrics beginning to end. It is magnificent poetry and an awesome, trippy song to play at a party. Back in the 60s, we'd go to somebody's party, and man, you put that album on.
Another thing you got to remember, the Doors suddenly were on like every TV show, like Red Skelton, Ed Sullivan, all these, any kind of variety shows. So suddenly you got these rock bands on variety shows on TV, because where are they going to get the exposure they need? Of course, you're playing their records on the radio, but FM radio really hadn't gone off yet. And concerts weren't necessarily, you're not going to have 20 different concerts in one weekend, in Southern California. It didn't start happening till a little bit later. So they're going on variety shows playing their songs.
And starting to get booked in
a lot of cases, they're even lip syncing their songs. So, it's kind of funky to see.
No, they started taking off though in 68 and 69. They started getting bigger venues, but they were a club band first. Don't forget, they were a club band. But anyway, this is a great, great album. The song I've picked for you is one of the deeper gems on this album, which I think is just a hypnotic song. Beautiful, dark, and moody. And it isn't played as much as some of the other bigger, well-known songs, but I think you're going to enjoy it. It's called Your Lost Little Girl. It's just a great, great song. So here we go from Strange Days, The Doors, Your Lost Little Girl.
Your lost little girl.
Hypnotic.
Your lost little girl. You're lost, tell me who are you? Think that you know what to do
love that half step. It's so beautiful.
Yes, but it's true. I think that you know what to do. Yeah, sure that you know what to do. You're lost, little girl. You're lost, little girl.
67. Pretty good engineering, isn't it?
Good sound quality.
You're lost, tell me who are you?
Now, this great guitar lead from Robby Krieger.
To do. Impossible, yes, but it's true. I think that you know what to do, girl. Sure that you know what to do. Little girl, you're lost, little girl. You're lost.
Mesmerizing. That song is just one of the really underappreciated songs on that album. I tell you, that lead by Robby Krieger is one of the finest, tightest, tastiest little leads on any Doors song. I mean, it is really precision driven, and then the bass is outstanding.
And then don't forget that little lick you were mimicking. You know?
Yeah, man. Just a memory little catch line that they have in that song. Isn't that wonderful? What did you guys think of Your Lost Little Girl? Isn't it fabulous? I mean, the rest of this album too, top to bottom, both of these albums, they're miraculous albums. Not a bad single song on either one.
Not a bad one.
I mean, even Horse Latitudes, which is kind of a weird song, is just intriguing and amazing. And it's just.
And we've got to give a shout out to Jim Morrison. That voice, so unique, so powerful, so mesmerizing. You know, a kind of a guy's guy and a woman's dream, you know. So that's all I can say.
Oh, he was an icon, died way too young, but probably died the way he probably would have wanted to. I mean, I think he always had dreams of dying at a young age and leaving a beautiful corpse or something. You know, I'm not sure how beautiful the corpse was, but he sure died young, unfortunately, but left us an incredible icon. He was a giant, and the band is a giant of rock history. And again, if you like what you heard today, please subscribe, like, share, give us your comments. Let us know what you think about the Doors. Hope you like our mix of tunes that we presented.
And we're also trying to get a variety of acts. I mean, there are so many great ones. We appreciate so many. The Doors had to come next. We hadn't played anything from them.
Look, I mean, there's thousands of bands we'd love to play. I mean, I know everybody's like, oh, play this and play that. You know, we could only do so much, and we only have limited time recording. But we appreciate you being with us all the time and being on the lookout for the next thing we're trying to present, because we care for your ears. We appreciate the love and support. Thank you for those who subscribe. We look for our journey continuing. Nick's waving goodbye. I'm waving goodbye. And no matter how people are strange, we love them all because we're all here together, playing music and enjoying the ride. So goodbye,
Till next
everyone.
time, guys.
All the best. Bye-bye.